Welcome back to the Gallogly Event Center, the second game of our doubleheader between the University of Colorado, Colorado Springs, and Metro State University of Denver. Alongside Jake Ross again, I'm Jason Carter. And Jake, ladies for UCCS couldn't come away with it. Hopefully the men can earn the split. What's something the Mountain Lion men have to do if they want to come away with a victory tonight?
Well, for the Mountain Lions, it's really been kind of that distance shooting for them. Not all the way back from three-point land, though they've been good from there, but kind of that mid-range two, that's what really sets this Mountain Lion squad away from the rest of the conferences. Lots of the teams like to work into the paint. The Mountain Lions aren't afraid to pull up from range and knock down those shots.
Mountain Lions with an opportunity to stay strong. They're currently in the number 5 position in the RMAC, so they'd be in the conference tournament. Metro State down at number 10, so certainly a golden opportunity for the home team to pick up a much-needed victory in what is a very tightly contested top half of the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference. All right, let's take a look at the starters. First, for the visiting Roadrunners, they are going to go with Gage Keenan, Yaw Reener, Braden Maldonado, Chandler Bevins, and Caleb McGill. So their leading scorer comes off the bench. Tyree Randall, number 5, will be coming off the bench for MSU Denver. Meanwhile, for the Mountain Lions, a familiar story. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. John Ilfugett, the reigning RMAC Offensive Player of the Week, will run the offense. He'll be joined in the starting 5 by Benny Fangula, William Becker, Jesse McKenzie, and Max Stoddard. Outside of a couple of missed games by Becker earlier in the year, this has been the exact same starting lineup that the Mountain Lions have used all season.
Yeah, and I mean, you said it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And especially when you've been playing the way that they've been playing, you start to play off of each other a lot more, which is part of what I think has hurt the women's side of this school a lot with UCCS. But for the men's team, they know where each other's going to be. They know what to expect from each other, and that has led to a lot of their success.
Mountain Lions come into this game with a 12-4 overall record. They're 6-3 in conference play, and yes, they have 4 losses on their record, but all 4 of those losses have come against teams who are at the very least receiving votes in the national poll. That should tell you how good this Mountain Lion team truly is. 2 of those losses have been by single digits, so they have been this close to knocking off national powers.
Yeah, and as you said, the only really one game of those 4 that was like kind of a throwaway game was Central Oklahoma, which was all the way out in Hawaii. So they had a lot working against them with the long travel day, and then the top 10 matchup in number 8, Central Oklahoma.
Mountain Lions looking for a quick start. Missed the first shot there out of the hands of Jesse McKenzie. First shot from the Roadrunners also long, and Becker comes down with the rebound.
And both of these teams aren't afraid to take those shots if they get that little bit of extra separation from distance.
Fangula, kick out to Stoddard. Mack, no good, however. So both teams maybe a little overhyped as their shots have been off the mark here to start things. Good help from Becker, who then got round and rotated nicely to alter 2 shots on that play.
Yeah, defensive powerhouse William Becker is. That's why he's out there, as he takes a hard charge there, and he's slow to get up.
Becker hits the deck after he set a screen, and he's holding his right knee.
Like Logan Bracamonte may check in for him here. He's kind of making his way over to that scores table. But Becker looks like he's going to try and stay out there. He's already, as you can see, got that tape on that knee, and as part of what put him out for some time earlier in the season. So I think it was kind of just a little bit of a stinger there as he was trying to set that screen and maybe draw a charge, but
we'll see how it affects him, because Becker's game is definitely high-flying. He has bounced for days as Fangula finishes off the first couple of points of the game. Yeah, Becker, the school record holder for block shots. He's the team's leading rebounder, so certainly not somebody the Mountain Lions want to lose for too long if they don't have to. There he kind of forces a turnover. Fangula now leads out. Benny couldn't finish.
Fangula behind the play a little bit here as he had to kind of roll around to get back to his feet.
That three ball no good, and Becker comes down with the rebound. They're going to get a foul down low, however, on the Roadrunners. First one of the game is going to go against Chandler Bevins. And you see Becker on the baseline still kind of hunched over, pounded the ball against the floor a little bit. I feel like that knee is hurting him more than he wants to lead on.
Yeah, he definitely seems bothered. I was going to make that same point of that ball slam that he made. Just kind of seems a little frustrated.
You get the kick into the corner. McKenzie, good.
That was from NBA range in the corner, all the way backed up against the end line. There was Jezza, and he can really shoot it for wherever he wants when he gets going. And good to see him get a three-pointer to fall in early.
There's the first points of the ball game for the Roadrunners out of the corner. Reener with a triple. Becca outside to Stoddard. Max shot. Yeah, that is Max Game, the big man from beyond the arc.
Well, that was a great sign for UCCS. If you look back at that play, that was a set play that they practiced. Benny goes around, then Will sets the pick for him in the middle. Benny comes back around to get that open kind of screened look. There was nothing there, and they were still able to kick it back out to Mac for the open look and get an even better shot off.
5 on the shot clock. Good take inside by McGill. As he drops in 2. Fangula to Stoddard. Stoddard got around his defender, gets all the way to the rim. There's Becker flying in. They're going to say Williams stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, it was just kind of fumbling, and I think when he fumbled it, it bounced right there on the line underneath him. But Will, that's twice now that he's tried to kind of come in behind the play and get that putback opportunity, which is usually how he kind of stacks up those extra points.
So Tyree Randall and Jaden Kennis have checked in for the Roadrunners. 2 of their top 3 scorers coming off the bench for MSU Denver. Bevins tried to find a cutting Randall and threw it away. So ball back to the Mountain Lions, but that brings us to the under 16 timeout. UCCS off to a relatively decent start, up by 3. So UCCS with a 3-point advantage and the ball. The Mountain Lions made 1 substitution as Jaden Washington checks in out of that timeout. And a loose ball picked up by the Roadrunners near midcourt. They have numbers, quickly get it into the corner, 3-ball up and good. It falls for Kennis.
And that was kind of just a prime of opportunity for MSU Denver. Give them credit. Kind of saw UCCS in transition, slow to get to the defensive side.
Great take by Benny. He gets all the way to the rim. Stoddard on the help side, but an even better take there from Maldonado.
5-0 run for MSU now here in the last minute 15 or so. Mountain Lions got to get something to fall.
Oh, and they say John Hill stepped on the end line, so ball will go back to the Roadrunners as McGill checks in for them, as does Probst Allison, and Becker back in the lineup for Stoddard. Oh, great backdoor cut. What a feed from Probst Allison to a streaking Kennis.
Not a whole lot you can do on defense there. Saw the lane, not a whole lot of space there, but was able to put it perfectly through for the layup.
There we go. Oh, Becker. Looking for a foul. He's not going to get it. And we talk about high flying. William Becker gets up with the best of them. And now, well, he runs it down. He had an opportunity for an easy dunk, and he'll take it there, though. Oh, William Becker working hard down low. Is not going to get it to fall, but he will head to the free throw line.
The most impressive thing first on that dunk attempt, there was a defender about halfway up through the lane that was there, and he went over him and was able to get enough distance between him and the basket to even still have a chance at dunking it through while not taking the charge call.
A little Smoky Hill on Smoky Hill crime there, as the foul went on Braden Maldonado. Smoky Hill High School out of Aurora. Guess who also went to Smoky Hill High School? William Becker. And as did the man who just checked in, number 12, Quentin Rock for MSU Denver. So all the Smoky Hill alums in this ball game so far, as Becker missed the second free throw. Oh, and then all alone. Oh, missed the shot, though. Bevan's going to want that one back. Excuse me, Kennis is going to want that one back, as he missed a wide open layup. Benny, no good on that take, and Probst Allison quickly out, leaking. He took a lot of steps there. Oh, and they're going to say it's a turnover as it goes off of Allison and out of bounds.
That was a nice play by John Neal. Kind of got that strip in underneath, was still backpedaling out, and the Roadrunners kind of bobbled it as they went, and it was Quave Probst Allison that was the last to actually touch it, as John Neal got it loose and then got out of the way.
Suf Elkinen and Logan Bracamonte check in for UCCS. Suf, the 3-ball, good.
And the pretty pink shoes, Suf Elkinen getting involved early, as he kind of missed some time as well, dealt with a little bit of an ankle injury, but is starting to get back into the swing of things here.
Kick out. Good ball movement into the corner. 3, no good. Rebound. Becker hauls it in. For William, that's already his 5th board. We're not even halfway through the first half.
Yeah, and Becker needed every inch of his 6'9" stature there, as that one was bouncing around a couple hands. He had to reach all the way up to pick it out.
Suf, a little Kobe Bryant-esque, creates some separation and the fadeaway.
The half turnaround fake into the fadeaway. That was vintage Kobe.
Oh, John Hill, the great crossover. That shot is blocked, though, out in the corner and saved by the Roadrunners.
And that's good scouting job on Bracamonte there for MSU Denver.
And the three is knocked down by Randall as he hits the deck. And MSU Denver has the lead.
Yeah, Randall got up and kind of had some questions for the referee there on the far side, and he had a case as lots of contact. Could have been a 4-point play.
Good take there by David Gebetto, who just checked in for UCCS. So Gebetto, his first 2 points. They're going to get a call on Becker, and that'll bring us to the under 12 timeout. Mountain Lions are going to have a fight tonight as they have a 1-point lead. So Jake, about halfway through this first half, Mountain Lions maybe still trying to get their footing, it seems like a little bit.
Yeah, and they've had good opportunities. You got to credit MSU Denver. There was really that one stretch where UCCS was given a lot of turnovers, couldn't find the basket, and that was the stretch that MSU took to kind of get their way back and erase that early lead that UCCS had.
Oh, got it off before the shot clock went off, and then an offensive rebound. So a fresh 20 for MSU Denver. Rock into the lane. Shot is up, not going to fall.
Nobody around there for the rebound for UCCS. I'm not sure if they thought it was going to go out of bounds, but no white jerseys were going after that. An easy offensive rebound, especially after they got that shot clock all the way down to get the buzzer to go off, and now free throws for MSU.
Rock, as we mentioned, Smoky Hill High School out of Aurora. He actually spent his first 2 seasons at Fort Hays State in Kansas before transferring back home. Baca into the lineup for the first time for UCCS, while Luke Jones also in the lineup for MSU. Rock hits the second, and that ties it up at 18. Stoddard will shoot that. Yes, he will. Oh, left it short. Max, certainly with that range in his arsenal, just left it short. Rock a 3-ball. No good. Elkinen comes down with the rebound. There we go. Stoddard will get another shot. He missed that one too. Working hard down low was Jezza. He couldn't come away with it, though. Nice feed, but even better defense from the Mountain Lions. And Elkinen forces a jump ball. Possession error, however, will stay with the Runners.
That was a nice play underneath by Elkinen to kind of have that anticipation to understand that's where that extra pass was going to go if they took it. Once he saw the ball come underneath instead of over top for the basket, he immediately jumped in and tried to swipe it.
Ranier and McGill check back in for MSU Denver. 4 on the shot clock. That shot no good, and McKenzie finally gets his rebound. He's been working hard on the offensive end in particular. Hasn't been able to come away with a board yet, but did get that one there. Baca takes the screen from Stoddard. Noah all the way to the rim, can't finish.
Yeah, and that's that same set play of the kind of work around, see which side of the screen works, and it again almost led to points for UCCS and a good save.
Jaden Washington was going out of bounds, was able to get it back to Stoddard. So Mountain Lions a little frantic and kind of disjointed, I feel like. Washington back up to Mack, gets it to McKenzie. McKenzie floater, no good. Washington tried to go into the corner and it was saved by the Roadrunners, but then thrown out of bounds.
Yeah, and a nice job there by Washington too, not only trying to go for the loose ball, but then knowing that the Roadrunners were going to try and throw it off of him to get that possession back, jumping out of the way and leading to the turnover back to UCCS.
McKenzie quickly out to Baca, over to... They work it around to Washington. Jaden's 3, no good, but Noah comes down with the rebound. Quickly inside to Becker, got the defender in the air. William finishes that one off, and he'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
Well, credit to Benny Fungula on top as well. He's going to be credited with the assist on that play too, but he saw that little bit of opening there to Becker, who was standing ready for it underneath, gave him a strong, hard pass, and able to jump in and draw the foul and get the basket for William Becker for the 3-point play opportunity.
Becker's free throw is good. So William, nice finish there on the 3-point play. He's got 4 points to go along with his game high 5 rebounds. Washington, good help side, and then stripped down there. I believe it was McKenzie who got his hand in there, and Fungula comes out with it. Benny to the rim, and Fungula will head to the free throw line.
Yeah, Benny saw a little bit of opening there and thought he'd taken himself, a little bit of a moving block underneath, and he draws the foul.
And that brings us to the under 8. When we come back, that man, Benny Fungula, will have a couple of free throws as the Mountain Lions have a 3-point lead. So UCCS with a 3-point lead, 7:49 to go. in the first half, and heading to the free throw line will be Benny Fangula. And Benny on the season, a 70% free throw shooter. First one, however, is no good. Second one, good. And Fangula's got 5 points. Roadrunners quickly down the court. The turnaround hook, no good.
The Roadrunners have been getting opportunities, but they're 1 for their last 7 field goal attempts at this point, and that's allowed the Mountain Lions to start to build up their lead again.
Stoddard tried to make a one-on-one move and was able to get Chrisman to foul him, so the foul there on Jake, number 11. His first, the 5th team foul for the Runners. UCCS just with 2 team fouls. Fugett back in the lineup for the Mountain Lions. Oh, Jaden Washington was looking to bring down the house.
Yeah, and that's the second time that the Mountain Lions have almost had a thunderous jam. First it was Becker, this time it was Washington, and a foul this time around. It was Becker trying to avoid the foul the first time around. Washington had a clear lane and draws a foul.
So Jaden Washington, the freshman, first free throw is off the back rim.
Washington, in a unique opportunity this season with the Mountain Lions, was supposed to be redshirted the first decision of the season, but once they kind of started to deal with some early injuries and then had Christopher Stocks drop out of the lineup, that's when they decided to yank that redshirt title, and he kind of gets that early opportunity his freshman year that he wasn't originally supposed to get.
And that foul is going to go on John Eel as he was trying to work through a couple of screens. As Bracamonte replaces Washington and Elkinen will replace Fugett. So frustrating start to the game for John Eel. The Mountain Lions leading scorer has 0 points and 2 fouls. So I'm sure coach maybe just trying to get him out of his head a little bit. He'll probably sit for quite a while and then come back strong in the second half.
Yeah, and John Eel can score in bunches, so give him some time, get him some breather, and they'll start to fall in for him.
Great job by Bracamonte as he took a shoulder to the chest, was able to alter the shot, but then the Roadrunners come away with a couple of offensive rebounds and some points. Kenzie working hard one-on-one, and the floater in the lane, no good. Talking to the ref, he's not going to get a call, however.
Nobody really there to follow up on McKenzie's shot either.
3-ball, no good. Rebound again to Metro State, and then the finish in the foul for Bevins.
Same thing, kind of the second time around now for UCCS. They were out to the early lead the first time, and then Metro State was able to work their way back in. Went up on a 6-0 run again a few minutes ago, and now, once again, MSU Denver is starting to work their way back into it. And once you start to build that lead out, you have to be able to kind of keep the pressure on, because the more you let them creep back into the game, the harder it will be to put them away later.
So Kennis finishes off the three-point play, and he ties it up at 23 apiece. Stoddard, triple, and Mack is just off the mark today. hit his first one, and that's been about it.
Quick ball movement from MSU Denver, trying to get a mismatch.
Another long offensive rebound, and Bevins followed his own shot and finishes.
And that's just how they teach you in practice. Once you shoot, they tell you to follow your shot because you know right away when you shoot it if it's not going to go in.
No call down low as McKenzie took some contact. Wow. Tyree Randall gives MSU Denver their largest lead of the game. And the MSU fans who have made the trek down from the capital city are starting to get into it. Bracamonte will silence the crowd for a minute.
Yeah, and when Logan gets those open three looks, even with that couple feet of separation, he can really shoot it. So good to see him see that opportunity and quickly jump on it and find the three.
Kennis tried to dunk it, lost the handle as he was going up. Stoddard gets it stripped. Maldonado heading back the other way. Kennis, has it blocked, but it goes right into the hands of a trailing Maldonado who finishes for the and one.
Yeah, tough look for Fungula. That was an awesome block for about half a second. All the students that are here a little early before UCCS goes back this week were really excited, but unfortunately for them, came right back down into the hands of Maldonado, and he was able to put it back up and draw the foul. Chance at the old-fashioned three-point play.
Maldonado misses the free throw, and Becker, who just checked in, comes down with the rebound. Benny's going to call for a travel. And that brings us to the under four. MSU Denver more than hanging around. They've got a 3-point lead. Welcome back inside the Gallogly Event Center. You see a couple of young fans enjoying the entertainment. We actually have a crowd full of youngsters from Hillside Connections here in Colorado Springs enjoying the men's basketball game. They will be recognized at halftime as you see them all. They've gotten pretty loud. It's been great because the Mountain Lions have done something wonderful. It's been great to have some noise. As you said, school not back in yet for UCCS.
Well, yeah, and they've really filled out. And not only have they been getting excited for the Mountain Lions on offense, but back just a few moments ago when the Roadrunners were shooting free throws, they were stomping their feet, making sure to put the pressure on the visiting team as well.
So good to have some young fans out here at UCCS as the men looking to pull out a victory for the visitors. And then we're going to get a foul there on Kennis as he sets an illegal pick, and Baca did a good job to pick it up from him.
Yeah, same kind of rule there as you see on a block versus the charge. You have to set your feet and stay where you plant yourself. And just a little bit of a shift, once you slide your feet, it's an illegal screen, moving screen even, and that's what gets the whistle there and the offensive foul on MSU.
And then Baca's called for a travel as the double team quickly came over by MSU Denver.
Yeah, just a little bit off balance, that extra hop on the same pivot foot, and that's what the travel call will be, and right back for MSU Denver.
Quickly down low, Becker got off his feet, and a great job there by McGill to wait for him to come back down and finish. McGill, one of the top shooters in the entire conference, and when you're that close to the basket, you can certainly see why. Suf Elkinen, 3 off the back rim. Bracamonte, though, the long rebound. Fangula thought about it, gets it over to Suf. Down low to Becker. Back out to Elkinen. Benny. Over to Suf in the corner. 3 ball is good.
Elkinen can shoot it from range, and when he has as much time to really sit, see where the basket is, and take his time to shoot it, he's not going to miss very often. I really think it's the pink shoes, though, that's giving him the extra oomph tonight.
A long 3 from the lefty, no good. Bracamonte, good job blocking out his man. And now the Mountain Lions with an opportunity to tie or retake the lead. Becker, no, had a backdoor, but gets it back out to Bracamonte. No good. Randall. Oh, nice hands by Becker as he comes away with the steal. Lost it in the backcourt and then gets taken down by Randall. They're going to call a jump ball. Becker had position. Randall kind of hooked him around the hand or around the waist and brought him down. And you can see Jeff Culver unhappy with that official down there who did not make the foul call as Becker hit the deck. And then William comes over and gives a quick dap to Randall as those two are just going to keep playing on. But Culver obviously trying to maybe put a little bit of life into his team because they've seemed a little flat so far this evening.
Yeah, just kind of struggling for something. This is going to be a warning here. 25 on the shot clock is the call. But, yeah, I think Jeff Culver may have used any leeway he was going to get from the officiating crew tonight, but even Benny Fangula had to come over and kind of give him a little bit of space there, make sure he caught his breath before he politely asked his question, we'll say, but definitely could have been a foul.
Suf Elkinen with the pull-up from the elbow. What an individual move, and we're tied at 31.
Back and forth in this one, and I have a feeling the way that it's been going that it's not going to stop anytime soon as we approach halftime here.
Good defense from Becker to force the kick out. 3 ball, no good, and Fangula comes down with it. Mountain Lions with an opportunity to take their first lead in nearly 6 minutes. Benny, Becker in the lane, lost it, and they're going to call a foul on McGill down low.
It'll be Becker to shoot the free throws, and it looked like MSU was going to get out with a stop and a chance to reclaim the lead right before the half. And instead, the Mountain Lions looking to recapture the lead. 5 lead changes and 5 ties in this game. Lots of back and forth.
And Jaden Washington will replace Bracamonte before the first of a 1-and-1. Becker, a deep breath. Couple of dribbles, free throw, up, and good. Second one, also good. So William knocks down both free throws, and he will be replaced by Max Stoddard for the final 56.3 seconds. Oh, McKenzie had some really nice defense on Maldonado, who made an even better move. UCCS calls a timeout as Fangula gets over midcourt. And the Mountain Lions are going to draw up a play. 30-second will stay right here. There's only about 3 seconds difference between the game clock and the shot clock, so Mountain Lions essentially can bring this half to an end. And if you're Coach Culver, what are you looking for?
I mean, you got to get a basket here. It doesn't matter how much time you get off the clock. You're going to want to go in with a chance to keep the lead. So, I mean, obviously the closer you can get to that 2.9, 3.9-ish second difference, that will be better, but you have to make sure you get points.
Take a look at the stats here through the first half, and as you would expect in a tie ball game, really the numbers all the way across very, very similar. Both teams shooting essentially the same percentage. Mountain Lions a little better from beyond the arc. Rebounds, okay, 6 more, great. Really not the big difference, the offensive rebounds, because that's giving MSU Denver some extra opportunities. Time with the lead, pretty close. So in a 33-33 game, pretty much what you would expect.
Yeah, especially with kind of the runs going back and forth either way. It's MSU coming out with a 6-point deficit and erasing that and going up 4 points, and the Mountain Lions coming back to tie it now.
Bracamonte, oh, yeah, I think it might have hit the side rim, but probably not the exact play that Jeff Culver had drawn up, as it leaves Metro State with nearly 11 seconds of playing time, as Washington and Baca will come back in. Maldonado quickly picks it up, gets it over midcourt, and now MSU is going to call a 30-second timeout. So UCCS probably rushed their shot a little bit too much and have now given the Roadrunners an opportunity to take the lead into the break.
Yeah, and it just looked like they kind of forced it there a little bit. They got it to Logan Bracamonte up on top of the key for that 3-point shot, which is 9 times out of the 10, the one that you want him to take. Not a whole lot of space to take it, and not a great shot, which is uncharacteristic, I should say, from him, especially from that spot. Maybe it was tipped, maybe he really didn't have a great grip on it. Doesn't matter what it was, but they forced that shot to him and didn't get a good result. Now it gives MSU Denver, who has trailed by 5 points or more than once in this game at times, a chance to claim the lead as they go into the locker room for halftime.
So MSU Denver will take it out. Renier gets it inbounds. That's quickly to McGill, looking for some help. He's got it in the hands of Jones, and that's exactly what happened. Too much time on the clock, and the Roadrunners will head into the intermission with a 2-point lead. And again, the Mountain Lions had an opportunity to kind of push away a little bit, been unable to do it, and right now they are trailing. All right, we're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we will have the start of the second half. Mountain Lions will have to make a comeback. They want to win.
Picking the right college is key. And with one-on-one attention and hands-on experience, UCCS fuels success.
I wanted more than a degree.
So with innovative courses and affordable tuition,
UCCS fuels success.
Apply today at uccs.edu.
The mountain lion can travel up to 370 miles. Located primarily in North America, these majestic creatures can traverse a large variety of terrain. There are, of course, some natural barriers. UCCS. Find your inner mountain lion.
I really remember that because I was really excited and I was really scared, and it was really hard, saying goodbye to my family, and I think that was really scary for me, never leaving the state, being first generation and stuff. I didn't really know what to expect from my college experience.
The first thing that comes to mind when I think about what surprised me about living on campus is how open everyone was in the first couple of weeks to get to know other people. Me and a couple other people I'd met started playing volleyball in just an open field, and then within 20 minutes there were about 30 people in the circle all just hitting a volleyball around, and it's something that just showed me how open people were to meeting new people.
I had never had the opportunity, to ever share a room growing up and stuff, and so it just so happened that me and my roommate got along very, very well, and as well as our other suite mates.
So I'm a resident assistant in Summit Village, and that is essentially a student upperclassman who lives on the floor with the new year freshmen, sometimes upperclassmen, who kind of just guide them through their first year on campus. There are tons of different rooming options here on campus. The first one that we see most commonly is known as Summit Village, and we have privates in a suite, we have private bedrooms, private bathrooms, we have a double in a suite, we have triples in a suite, so there's tons of different options. Definitely when you are coming into college, there's so many different personality types, and so it's really important to find an area within housing that is best for you. So I personally really love having a private bedroom, private bathroom, but then I have some friends who really enjoy being able to have a more social aspect, and so they have a double bedroom with a living room. Different floors have different themes. Let's say you really are enjoying leadership. Well, we have a leadership floor. Let's say you're a criminal justice major or a nursing major. We also have floors for that. Education, once again, my favorite floor because I'm an education major. There's even non-education based ones such as Colorado Living, and they do a lot of things filter around the community, like going out to garden with the gods and just getting experience about what does it mean to live in Colorado Springs.
For me, when I'm not in class or not studying in the library, I'm usually hanging out with friends in their rooms, watching TV, playing video games, different stuff like that, or we're going off campus, either hiking in the bluffs behind the school or exploring Colorado Springs.
We have 2 dining halls that we're available to us to eat at, and when we go there, they have so many different varieties of food, and you really can just taper it to your diet. So I have residents who are vegan, and they have no trouble finding food on campus. I have people with gluten allergies or who are lactose intolerant, and they have the availability to go to the dining hall and eat whatever they want because they are accommodated there. But then there's people like me who literally want cookies every single meal and can get them, along with french fries and pizza and pasta. So there's just always different options every time of the day.
In the dining halls, there's different sections that are in each of them, both at the lodge and over at the Roaring Fork. And no matter what you're feeling, depending on any time of day, there's going to be options there.
I think a lot of people think on-campus living, is supposed to be super studious, super, serious, but I think it can be a lot of fun when you make it that way.
I've met some of my closest friends from just living on the same floor.
The one thing about living on campus is that chances of you getting involved in something tend to be spontaneous. They're not always structured. So you meet people that you normally wouldn't talk to or you normally wouldn't have classes with, and you'll have that opportunity just to study together, go out to eat together. So it's just kind of limitless.
I wanted more than a degree. So with innovative courses and affordable tuition, UCCS fuels success.
Apply today at uccs.edu.
It only takes one. Imagine bridging the gap that keeps students from achieving their dreams. Imagine making the difference in the life of just one student, fueling his or her success and that of an entire community. It only takes one person. At UCCS, our students come from working families. They work multiple jobs. They're the first in their families. They overcome obstacles, and they want an education that will fuel their success and help them shape the world. It only takes one person willing to start a movement. UCCS students will change our collective future, but they need our help. Many fall through the cracks each year. Their focus on schoolwork suffers from financial pressures. Together, we can fuel their success through a campaign that is essential to our community, our region, and all of Colorado. One gift can fuel success. With your help, our students will step into the classroom with a breadth of opportunity at their fingertips. Experiential learning, faculty who care, growing facilities to accommodate a changing workforce, and research that can change the world. But it starts with one.
One less sacrifice made.
One less night shift.
One less year to graduation.
One more chance to focus on what's important.
One more life-changing expert to learn from.
One more amazing professional ready to join my team.
One more reason to stay and work in the Pikes Peak region.
One more graduate of the University of Colorado, Colorado Springs.
Remarkable outcomes are possible when you invest even in one person, one student, one future. You can start the movement. You can be the agent of change, shattering expectations for families, communities, companies, cities, states, generations. Collectively, each one of us can change the trajectory of the future. Your one gift, joined with others, will make a difference that lasts generations. That's when the power of one becomes the power of many. That's the power of UCCS. You can be the power of one.
The mountain lion is one of the strongest members of the feline family. The average mountain lion lives 5 times a day and consumes up to 3 times its weight in protein. It shares many characteristics with its domestic counterparts, the good and the bad. UCCS. Find your inner mountain lion.
Welcome back inside the Gallogly Event Center. About 90 seconds to go before the second half begins. And Jake, for UCCS, I guess where do you start? This is not the Mountain Lion team that we've seen over the first couple of months of this season.
Yeah, and UCCS has just been so strong at playing with the lead, and we just haven't seen that tonight, and that's been the biggest difference. Is usually they're good at taking care of the basketball, and once they get out to those leads, they're good at just kind of protecting the lead, and they've made a lot of mistakes, tried to force shots, get some creative passes through, and it's just led to a lot of turnovers, and credit to MSU Denver, they've taken advantage.
As we mentioned, the Mountain Lions, all four of their losses have come against teams who are at the very least receiving votes in the national top 25 poll. MSU Denver is not one of those teams. However, tomorrow the Mountain Lions do have one of those teams, so you wonder how much maybe they're like looking forward, maybe just a little bit too much to tomorrow's matchup with a top 10 team in Colorado School of Mines. And Denver, just like any team in this conference, really, I don't care who it is, on any given night, if you don't respect them or you look past them, they can come up and bite you. And right now, that seems to be what's happening.
Yeah, and the athletes like to refer to those types of teams as the sneaky squads, and this is definitely one of the sneaky squads inside the RMAC. If you don't play them like you mean it, and you kind of look past them, like you said, or you're just not really on your game, they can steal a game here or there from a good team, and that's exactly what they're looking to do tonight as they come out of the half with the 2-point.
So MSU Denver had the last possession of the first half and now have the first possession of the second half as they have a 2-point lead, and they work it down to McGill. He's working on Becker, a little fadeaway short, and William comes down with it.
Again, William Becker just disrupting the offense, and it's all about making them uncomfortable and kind of getting them off their shooting line, and that's exactly what Becker did there, and he gets the rebound.
Stoddard, who had a slow first half, can't finish that one. Rebound, run down by the Roadrunners in the corner, and Becker got his hand on it, but it goes back out of bounds.
Maldonado able to track it down in the corner, just kind of seeking out the ball, especially on those long rebounds, has been MSU Denver, and they're rewarded by sticking around in this game so far and even keeping their narrow lead. I think both these teams a little while to get going in the first half. Kind of the same story here to start the second as well.
McGill misses another shot. Becker comes down with another rebound. He's got a game-high 8 of those now. And then William, great feed there from Benny Fungula. So the first 2 points of the second half belong to William Becker off a nice feed from Fungula. And then losing the ball out of bounds is Keenan. So UCCS will retake possession.
That was a big possession for MSU and equally big coming up here for UCCS. For MSU, not a whole lot of scoring. They needed to maintain that lead, especially the extra chance, and now the Mountain Lions need to score to try and tie this one up as a foul is called.
McGill came around the backside of Stoddard and tried to poke it away, but got too much of Max, so a foul on him, his third, and he will take a seat replaced by Tyree Randall. Stoddard, John Eel. Yeah, and a wraparound on the low end. That was Rainier, who had his arm around Stoddard's waist. We could see that from up here. So the foul will go on him, just his first. So Mack, with the hard work down low, has picked up a couple of fouls on Roadrunners here early.
Yeah, absolutely. And both Stoddard and John Eel Fugit for UCCS kind of sputtering a little bit, we'll say. Especially John Eel, he looks a little kind of off-put, kind of getting frustrated with himself. You have to keep that confidence with you, though, especially in these stretches that you're not getting those shots down, because then once you start to hang your head, it's going to get worse and worse.
Yeah, the two leading scorers for the Mountain Lions are Fugit and Stoddard, and both having certainly an off night by their standards, as a three ball is knocked down at the buzzer by Jessa McKenzie.
Yeah, that extra kick out, I kind of questioned right when they did it. There's no time left, and Jessa catch and shoot, no mistake, knocked it down.
That three ball, no good, and John Eel had the rebound but has it taken away by Keenan.
That was a good ball screen set up initially by Bevins.
And then Randall hits a three, and he is the first Roadrunner in double figures with 10. John Eel now on the post up on Keenan. Fugit, that's just how John Eel's night is going. And we're going to have a flop call on.
Looks like this one's going to go against John Eel.
Actually, it's going to go on 0 of Metro, as it was 0 on 0.
1-0, hard to say.
So Keenan is called for a flop. The bucket counts, however, as Becker was able to finish off the play, and then the flop was called afterwards, as both John Eel and Gage Keenan were on the ground. So that is a new rule, and it essentially is a technical, so UCCS will get a free throw.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Flopping technical, brand new this year, so a lot of teams still trying to kind of figure it out. In my humble opinion, I don't think that was either way. I just think that John Eel and Keenan got kind of tangled up with each other and went to the floor. Mountain Lions will certainly take it, but that's one of those rules that they're trying to kind of work their way through and get a feel for, both players and officials, in its first year.
So Mountain Lions make the free throw. Wow, what a nice play there by MSU Denver as Keenan found a cutting Kennis who was able to get behind his defender. Pretty pass there from Gage.
To tie it up here for MSU.
And that's exactly what they do. So again, we mentioned a team builds a lead and then they go cold. Neither team has been able to take advantage of what slight leads they've had in this game.
Yeah, it's just been truly back and forth all the way through. MSU goes up by 6 points. UCCS claws their way back in. UCCS flips that as MSU goes cold, and now it's the same thing the other way.
And they're going to say Jezza drug his pivot foot as he tried to make that move. And you can see both teams really just kind of frustrated because, I mean, I think MSU Denver is a happier frustrated, but in reality, probably not the type of game that they usually want to play either.
Exactly. And there is the problem in the early game with the women was there was no flow to that game. This one, there's flow, but it just kind of is teeter-tottering either direction, which is good for us as fans watching the game. It's fun to watch a back-and-forth game, but for the players and coaching staff on the floor, it's very frustrating.
And Becker had a size advantage on Randall down low and took advantage as he gets the foul on Tyree, and that'll bring us to the media timeout. When we come back, William Becker will have a couple of free throws. He's already got a team-high 10 points. We'll see if he can add to that. Don't go anywhere. So the Mountain Lions with an opportunity to retake the lead as William Becker, as we mentioned before the break, team high 10 points. He and Suf Elkinen both in double figures. Becker also with 9 rebounds, so well on his way to a double-double is the senior. Excuse me, junior.
Redshirt junior. So essentially,
okay, 4 years. That's fair.
And since there was a redshirt junior, you said there's a couple Smoky Hill grads in Quentin Rock and Braden Maldonado on the Roadrunners. And Will's senior year, they would have all overlapped. Pretty good squad, I'd say.
Here is Maldonado bringing the ball up as the Roadrunners trail by just 1. Oh, wow. The backdoor passing by MSU Denver tonight has been on point.
Oh, yeah, and I don't know if UCCS is just kind of biting on that first player a little too much, but it's the 4th or 5th time now that backdoor pass behind the Mountain Lions defense has worked, and it's probably translated to 16 or more points at this time.
John Ilfuget with a nice crossover move there to get into the lane, and he will go to the free throw line. So let's see if John Ailes can maybe get started here from the charity stripe. A 72% free throw shooter. And it's just an off night for John Ailes.
Yeah, sometimes you just don't have it, and you can kind of see John Ailes looking around. He's trying to find his shooting touch somewhere. It's got to be there, but definitely frustrating when you're a shooter with the ability of John Ailes when you're getting the shots and rebounds on your shots that he is tonight.
I mean, he's one of the top 5 3-point shooters in the entire conference, and he's only taken 1 3-pointer tonight. So that just shows you the type of kind of off night you get. So other mountain lions are going to have to step up if UCCS is going to want to pull off a victory here. Randall into the lane. And they're going to call a foul, I think, before the shot went up potentially, as David Gebetto is called for a hand check. And nope, they will say Randall was shooting, so he'll go to the charity stripe.
Yeah, it's kind of a interesting situation. No continuation rule in college, so the moment the foul is committed, the play ends. So it's not like the NBA where if you're driving, they'll let you continue. But that one, they said he was already beginning to jump, and that's what awards him the 2 extra free throws.
Randall went to Rangeview High School in Denver, so lots of Denver high school grads in this game, and no surprise, there's a lot of good talent up there in the capital city. So, oh, great job there by Gebetto to play off the ball, then goes behind the back trying to finish, can't, but will go to the free throw line. And Becker, who came in for a follow, again, kind of goes down to the ground, and that knee, I mean, he's playing hard, but you can visibly see that he is not doing well on that right knee.
Yeah, it's definitely bothering him, and at some point you kind of, especially with a game like tomorrow's coming up, from a coaching standpoint, you have to kind of keep that in mind. Obviously, Becker's not going to want to come out, and you have to respect that for him, but you got to protect your best players, and Becker is certainly that for UCCS.
And that's exactly what they're going to do. Stoddard's going to check in. So I wonder if we'll see more of, say, Jaden Washington, although not a post player like Becker is, and here he comes exactly right off the bench, replacing somebody else, but Gebetto knocked down both free throws, and Washington will take out Bracamonte. And there's the missing Becker. Exactly what happens is Metro State gets an offensive rebound, and Randall's able to drop in 2.
Yeah, it just seemed like the Mountain Lions weren't quite on the same page as to who was guarding who on that trip down the floor, and a little bit of a tip, and here comes MSU right back.
Kennis came from behind and was able to free the ball out of the hands of Max Stoddard, and now the Roadrunners with an opportunity to increase their lead, but they turn it over instead.
Good stop there for UCCS.
John Ailes, kick out. Gebetto, great job by him. Gets it back to John Ailes, goes right back to Gebetto. And they're going to say 3-second call. Just too much passing in the lane that time for UCCS.
Yeah, kind of weird back and forth there between, I believe it was Gebetto and John Ailes Fugit. Like, Fugit got it and immediately just passed it right back. Somebody's got to try and at least make a move towards the hoop. And nobody even showed a willingness to even think about shooting on that time that led to that 3-second violation.
Becker is back in the game. They're on defense. Again, no block, but William alters so many shots. They really should give him credit for a block, even though he doesn't get his hand on it. And Fungula now will head to the free throw line. Benny knocks down both free throws.
Free throws are going to be a big part of this game down the stretch. You've seen kind of the back and forth in just the last couple minutes where a foul is called on a shooting move, and you make one, you tie it, you make two, you pull ahead, and those are going to really stack up towards the end of this game down the stretch.
McGill with a nice move down low, finishes it off and instantly gives the Roadrunners the advantage back. Let's see if John Ale can maybe get things going. Kicks it over to Soof, wide open in the corner. No good. John Ale fighting hard for the rebound. Becker's going to come away with it. Kicks it back out to Fugett for three. And wide open. He just does not miss those very often, and he is off tonight. Randall, rejected by Benny Fungula. And Randall, however, is down on the ground as he hit the deck.
I think he may have kind of whipped his head into the floor a little bit after.
Let's take a look at the replay. And I think Benny a little bit on the swing down. It was he got a lot of ball, but on the follow through, they're not going to call a foul, obviously, this late. Benny cleanly rejects it, but then, yeah.
Right into the face there.
Right, yep.
Mountain Lions getting away with one a little bit, but second big block of the game for Fungula. Unfortunately, the first time around, it went right back down into the hands of a Roadrunner. This time, just one-on-one down the court, he was able to get up there and swat it away. Not sure what the conversation here is because they can't go back in retrospect call a foul. So I think they're just get time here for...
Yeah, Randall still being attended to by the staff for MSU Denver. You see him kind of there in the top left corner of your screen behind the score bug as he's still down underneath the basket.
The ball should be inbounded on the far side about halfway up, about where the hash is on the near side there. You could see it in the shot by the bench. So that should be the inbound because since it was a live ball situation, it should just come to the sideline right where the ball was when the whistle was blown.
And Randall being helped up by the staff.
Needed that extra second. Never feels good to be slapped in the face even when you're actively playing basketball.
Yeah, right. So Metro will indeed get it on the sideline in front of the fans. They easily get it in as Rock has replaced Randall in the lineup.
Another good ball screen there by MSU. That time it was McGill who now has it.
And good job by Benny that time. No block, but he altered the shot, and then stepping out of bounds was Rainier.
We've talked about it now several times, a lot with Becker and that time with Fungula. You may not be able to get in great position to block a shot, but if you put that extra pressure on the shooter and are able to make them make that last-minute adjustment, that's what really is going to make them miss shots.
Washington, no good.
Fungula was flying in there for any potential rebound.
Kick out into the corner, three ball, no. Rebound to McKenzie.
Both teams won for their last 4 from the field.
McKenzie kind of lost the handle on that pass, got it to Washington, kicks over to Benny. Oh, there we go. Benny Fungula with the three.
Yeah, with the defender flying into his face as well. And credit to Jaden Washington. Kind of lost his dribble there before he got that pass off. If he had dropped that second foot, it would have been a travel. He kept it in the air, kind of a balancing act. Was able to get it to Fungula in the corner.
Benny comes down with another rebound. McKenzie up ahead. Becker lets a defender fly by and finishes it off.
And the same thing there, but a great last-minute adjustment from Becker. And that's a skill in and of itself. When you have a defender fly up in your face when you're in midair, you can't do anything with your feet and control yourself, but to move your arms around and adjust your shot while you're actively in the air, not an easy feat.
And Benny got another block, but they're going to call him with the body beforehand. And he will pick up his second personnel, and that'll bring us to the under 12 timeout. Mountain Lions with a 4-point lead. We'll see if they can stretch it, something they haven't been able to do so far in this game when we come back. So MSU Denver will have a couple of free throws here coming out of the timeout as Rainier will step to the line. His first free throw attempts of the game. Got the first. Second one is also good. Randall is back in the lineup after taking a shot to the face, and Stoddard will replace Becker for UCCS.
A bit of pressure here from MSU as they try and keep the Mount Lions a little extra something to think about.
Kick out, Ben. Oh. Wow, cutting McKenzie. I think that ball was supposed to go all the way across to Stoddard, but McKenzie just caught it on his way to the basket.
Yeah, it did look a little awkward. Kind of high pointed it like that NFL wide receiver on the sideline did McKenzie, and I agree with you. I think it was destined for Stoddard on the other end.
Fungula with a steal, with an opportunity, and then a foul from behind by Randall. And I wonder if they're going to look at that play because Randall, or rather Benny, had a clear path to the basket. Let's take a look at it again. I don't feel like it was that malicious. The officials are talking about it. Yeah, he came across his arm, but he didn't go for the legs. He didn't throw his body, off in terms of his balance. So, sure, a hard foul, but I don't think it deserves anything more.
Yeah, and that was just, in hockey they'd talk about it as a back check, but tracking back and you're just trying to kind of disrupt the shooter, and it's when you really drag on somebody and they go up and you pull down on their arm or you grab their jersey or even kind of like horse collar their shoulders from the back, and none of that was there. Sure, Benny kind of had to turn his shoulders a little bit once he was met with that contact, but like you said, nothing super malicious, and they're still trying to fire up the replay, I think, and grab it on the monitor, but nothing too bad there.
So while the officials wait for the replay. Here we go. Now they're walking over to the monitor to take a look at the last play. And again, sure, a solid hard foul from Randall, but Fangula didn't land awkwardly. He didn't get pushed off balance. Randall just stopped him from attacking the basket. So we'll see what the officials ultimately deem.
Yeah, and that the rule is there so you don't put the shooter in harm's way when there's a simple, easy basket to be had. I do think that there was an opportunity there for Randall to be able to make a defensive play without putting Fangula in a harm's way, which he did, and as you could see as it played out, Fangula was absolutely fine. So that's the purpose of the rule, though, is to make sure that you don't alter them in such a way that they come down awkwardly or sweep their legs out of underneath them and cause high potential for injury.
So you see the 5 players on the court for each team just kind of standing and waiting for the officials to make their decision.
They're in agreement.
Oh, and the way that official's pointing. So it's been upgraded to a flagrant 1 foul. So the officials thought Randall was too malicious on his defense there of Fangula. So Benny will get a couple of free throws, and the Mountain Lions will also. Actually, Benny will get 4 free throws because he'll get 2 technicals and 2 for the play.
Exactly, yes.
And then do they get possession afterwards too?
I believe
off a flagrant 1?
Well, maybe, I don't know, because then the free throws will come after, so we'll have to wait and see. It's just the 2.
So it's just the 2 and possession. Okay.
I'll have to look into that one before tomorrow, but I think the flagrant 1 just denotes intention on the foul. Flagrant 2, I think, would have been, and that's where you start to talk about ejection, stuff like that, would have been a more malicious play, but I think what upgrades it to is the pure intention of the extra grab when he had a clear lane. Kind of a gray area rule, though, both at the college and pro level.
Step back, air ball. No, John Ilfew finally gets a bucket to fall as the buzzer sounds.
Yeah, and a bucket like that's a perfect example. If you get kind of that quick put back right at the shot clock, it could be the extra confidence you need to get you going. So keep an eye on John Neal.
And I think Benny's going to get a foul. He had control of the ball, but Chrisman was coming in with a little bit more momentum and was able to kind of tear it out of his hands.
Yeah, he kind of came down on top of him is what drew the whistle, and whenever you have somebody underneath you, it's like when you're coming down off the rim after a dunk, you got to make sure you don't come down on top of that person.
Another backdoor cut, and it was a late screen set on Fangula, and Benny wasn't able to keep up with Randall. John Hill just trying to do too much on that play as he ran into 3 Roadrunners. Oh, and a great take and finish there from Kennis.
Stoddard may have gotten away there with one. He was kind of moving backwards, could have gotten that extra blocking foul.
Kennis has a game-high 16 points. Benny trying to answer, that's short. So, just like's happened in the entire game, Mountain Lions had a 7-point lead. It's now down to 3 with the Roadrunners an opportunity to tie it.
Yeah, again, just kind of that here we go again feeling.
And the easy layoff for Chrisman, and that's going to force UCCS to call a timeout, and we are going to do the same. Mountain Lions still have a 1-point lead, but the Roadrunners are fighting back. So UCCS had a 7-point lead barely a minute ago, and their advantage is now just a single point.
Yeah, and it's been that way this whole time. Big possession again here for UCCS, as they have to be able to keep the Roadrunners from clawing back and taking the lead back, because if you keep letting them back in this game, eventually one of these teams is going to run away with it.
Gebetto kick into the corner. McKenzie gets it to Becker. William back to Jezza for 3. No good.
Mountain Lions just not very active on the offensive glass. I mean, you saw that one. You could see that once it started to come down, it was going to be a little bit short, and once that rebound bounced out, no white jerseys to be found underneath the basket. All Roadrunners over that rebound.
Oh, good hands by John Hill to poke it away, and that leads to a shot clock violation. So great defense there from UCCS.
Interesting decision there, though, from Chrisman. He could have just let that one go out of bounds. Granted, there would have been about a second to shoot once they got it back in bounds, but it gives you that opportunity to kind of take a second, drop a quick play.
And that brings us to the under 8 media timeout. So the last one was the coach's called timeout. This is the media timeout. So we'll be back again in 60 seconds. .750 to go here from the Gallogly Event Center. The UCCS in a battle here with Metro State University Denver as the Mountain Lions lead by 1. They do have possession. Let's see if UCCS can get something started. Neither team, both are shooting exactly 40% from the field. So tie, 1-point ball game. There you go. That's what's happened. From the corner, there we go. Big 3 from Jaden Washington.
Yeah, quickly back out to a 4-point lead for UCCS, and that's exactly what they needed. And you got to just keep the pressure on, get a stop here defensively for UCCS, and then continue to get points on the other end.
That shot no good. Mountain Lions will probably give Chisman that shot all night long. John Hill looking to get started. Nope.
Little off trajectory there. You left it a little bit short. Now he's just kind of a little to the right. Just never really on point there for John Hill tonight.
Trying to make up for it on the defensive end. Got his hand on it and poked it out. 12 seconds left on the shot clock. As a young fan ended up with the ball. You see the big smile on his face right there.
Yeah, made the play. Saved his buddy over there with the orange sleeves from getting knocked right in the schnoz.
Randall working his way around a pick. Shot no good. Rebound fought for down low. As Becker and McGill, that's Becker and Bevins, battle it out, and possession error on the jump ball goes to the Mountain Lions. Washington, another huge three-pointer from Jaden Washington.
Yeah, he's getting into heat check time now. The next time down, I wouldn't be surprised if you see another, but back and forth game in Washington, kind of giving the Mountain Lions that extra breathing room and allowing them to get that lead back.
Washington had just a little bit of space from his defender, and he took advantage. As he's hit a couple of three-pointers now, he's got 7 points, and the Mountain Lions have tied, their biggest lead of the game at 7.
Well, and you see on that play, we talked about it a little bit during the women's game, there's that little bit of separation where once you get that extra space, you got to take the shot, because it can be big moments like that you just saw right there, where close game for the women, it was they're moving the ball around, they get that little separation, and they need the momentum to get back in the game. Here for the men, you need that momentum to get that extra separation and keep it. And so big moment for Jaden Washington there, and a great job taking that little extra second of opportunity.
So let's see if the Mountain Lions can get another stop here and get back on the offensive end. Hopefully starting to feel it a little bit. McGill in the post. Kick out. 8 on the shot clock. Cutter into the lane. They're going to call a pretty ticky-tack foul on somebody down there. That's going to go on Washington. And the Roadrunners will head to the free throw line.
Yeah, I think Culver down there agrees with you. He's unhappy with the officials on that one, but just on the back end of the play, a little bit of contact when they get the whistle.
Free throw no good. Ball doesn't lie. And that play is Kennis still with his game-high 16 points. Will have another free throw. Knocks down the second. And a substitution coming in for Metro. It'll be Luke Jones replacing Kennis. Bangula on the left side has a screen set up from Becker, but passes it to William instead. Looking for a cutting Benny, and he had him, I think, but that would have been a tight squeeze there for Becker as he hands it off to Washington. Heat check time. Washington is officially on fire.
Yeah, 3 in a row now for Jaden, and that's the difference. 9 points. And all 9 of them out of the hands of Jaden Washington from behind the arc.
Oh, great up and under there from Rainier.
Yeah, Rainier, beautiful windmill across underneath to get, there's 2 mountain lions up in the air on him. Snuck it through both of them high off the glass.
Bangula trying to respond, and all of a sudden, nobody can miss.
Yeah, that's the tale of this game. Either everybody's on, everybody's off. Right now, it's just filling up on both sides of the floor.
Mountain Lions, largest advantage, up by 9. Rainier, Maldonado, no good. Long rebound, kicked it back out to Randall, the lefty. He's off the mark too. And McGill, wow. What a play by McGill down low, had one arm tied up, tipped it up with the other.
Yeah, and gets the whistle as that off wrist was held down below. He'll get a chance to add it to the basket, but great job staying with the play all the way around on that trip down for MSU Denver with a long rebound first, then to stay with the play for McGill to get it back up.
McGill, another Aurora native. He went to Grandview High School, so all sorts of Aurora guys in this game missed the free throw there.
Yeah, just about 3 minutes down the road from Smoky Hill is Grandview, so all the same area.
Becker, nice finish over McGill.
Good to see Will stay after it. We talked about it. Hasn't looked super comfortable throughout this game with that knee. He's got it taped up and took a few moments to rest, and now he's starting to feel it again.
That one's short. Becker had his hand on it but couldn't corral it. Great job by John Hill. Yeah, to force a jump ball. It'll stay, however, with the Roadrunners. That play will bring us to the under 4 media timeout, final media timeout of the game, although both teams have 2 timeouts apiece, so I imagine we'll take a couple more. UCCS, largest lead of the game, currently sits at 9. So the last 2 minutes or so of the ball game has been arguably the most exciting. UCCS 5 of their last 6 from the field as a team, 3 of their last 4 from beyond the arc, as they've been able to push out their advantage to 9. Great play off the inbound though, and a finish by Maldonado.
Yeah, again, kind of not a traditional backdoor cut on that one, but kind of the same play as Maldonado snuck behind the initial defenders that were defending the inbound, and again, an easy lay-in. Nice pass.
Oh, Jaden Washington, absolutely on fire.
That is 4 in a row now. Credit to John Hill for the crafty pass to get it into him.
First double-digit lead of the game for either team, and it belongs to UCCS. Step back, 3-ball, good response there from Bevins. Oh, and then a steal, and Maldonado with the finish, and that 10-point lead is now just 5.
Now might as well call a timeout here.
UCCS calls a full timeout and will break away as well. 2:33 to go. Mountain Lions, they're not going to go. They're not going to win this one easy. We'll see if they can pull it off when we come back. So a 3-pointer and then a quick turnover by the Mountain Lions resulted in an easy layup for MSU Denver, and all of a sudden it is back to a 2-possession game, up by 5. Washington's been the hot hand. He's hit 4 3-pointers here in the second half.
Yeah, a little bit lazy there on the inbound from Washington. Led to the easy basket for MSU Denver. Good patience from John Eel there.
Oh, and then great pick of the pocket there by Denver, running out. Not going to finish. Great job by Becker to get back.
This one's going to go against the Roadrunners.
Yeah, that foul's going to go against Bevins, his third, the 18th foul. So I believe Benny had possession of the ball, so Fangula will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, and Becker went down pretty hard behind the basket, got up just fine, which is good to see since he's dealt with some discomfort throughout this game. But yeah, Fangula just kind of got that 2 hands around his waist on his way back down, and that was the foul.
Benny knocks it down. Big free throw coming up if he can turn this into a 3-possession game. Becker, had the offensive rebound and lost it.
Yeah, good job coming back down by Kennis, though. He was the one that knocked it back out and was able to track it down for MSU Denver. Big rebound would have been for UCCS, and then able to bring it back for the Roadrunners.
Maldonado into the lane, looking for the alley-oop on McGill. Pass was off the mark, and they're going to say McGill stepped out of bounds.
Roadrunners going to put the press on. You can see Dan Fickey, who's the first-year coach up in Denver proper for MSU, kind of urging his team to push forward, stay on their men.
Stoddard checked in for Becker, so got a better free throw shooter in there in Max Stoddard, who gets the ball into McKenzie. Has his pocket picked by Maldonado, though. Maldonado's been absolutely everywhere and has come up with a few of those kind of from behind the play.
Yeah, and he just kind of is a ball hawk out there and is able to get that separation and get the ball out of your hands. But the more impressive thing is not only is he getting the ball out of your hands, but he's tracking down the loose ball as well.
John Ilfuget gets it out of harm's way. 1:15 to go, 6-point lead for UCCS. The Mountain Lions, I imagine, are going to have to hit some free throws down the stretch if they want to pull this one out. Washington, who's been hot here in the second half, working on Randall. Gets him down to the block. Back out to Fugett. 1 minute to go. John Eel into the lane. Kick. McKenzie. Dagger. Oh. And then Fungula's going to get called for a foul as Maldonado hit the deck.
Under a minute here. It is still just a 2-possession game for MSU Denver, so not out of the woods yet if you're UCCS. And the way that this game has gone, you just have that kind of irking feeling that MSU is going to find a way to get back in this game. And you see it here. The Mountain Lions have an opportunity for a rebound, and to commit the foul, it ends up in free throws the other direction.
So Maldonado will get a couple of freebies. Chance to score with the clock stopped. Exactly what the Roadrunners are looking for. First one is good from Braden.
Credit to these Hillside Connection youngsters, man. They're making a lot of noise on that far side.
There you are. You see them stomping their feet as Maldonado lines up the second. A little bit of a hitch in his free throw, but it works out beautifully as he knocks down both of them. Bevins replacing McGill. Offense for defense now for MSU Denver every chance they get.
Transition there, but if you're the Mountain Lions, you just have to take care of the basketball on this possession. No easy turnovers. If the Roadrunners are going to take it away, you have to make them earn.
Bangula out near midcourt. 40 seconds to go in the game. Benny's going to have to watch his hands as he let that one get a little bit too far away from his body, but was able to bring it back in. McKenzie back out to Fungula. Into the lane. Benny. Finger roll from Benny Fungula.
Now shot clock is off for MSU Denver. That is a big basket for UCCS. May have pushed it out of reach for MSU, but a foul here. I think it's going to go against Washington. It is his second.
Not what you want to do. He had some help side, and Washington just got a little bit too close.
It is a 1-and-1 here for Randall, but he does shoot 77%.
Missed it. Oh. Maldonado, the kick out. 3-ball, no good. Rebound. Stoddard's got it.
It's going to be a foul. Oh no, a timeout.
I think there was a timeout called, which is too bad because Stoddard split 4 Roadrunners.
Yeah, and found the open outlet as well. Impressive little move there from Mack.
And that is the final timeout of the game for UCCS. So they better draw up something. Under 13 seconds to go. And, you know, it's been a tough game to watch at times, but ultimately when it mattered, it seemed like the Mountain Lions have been able to figure out their offensive woes.
Yeah, and I mean, you also have to give credit to the Roadrunners too. Maldonado, we've talked about, has been all over the ball. Tyree Randall has made some really big shots for the Roadrunners as well, and for a team that has struggled like the Roadrunners have inside the RMAC this year, not the record that they want, obviously, but they never went away. I mean, the Mountain Lions are a really good team. We talked about just 4 losses, all against nationally renowned talent, and the Roadrunners have stayed with them this whole game.
And an exclamation point, courtesy of Benny Fungula.
Yeah, that was...
Oh, 3-ball deeply from Luke Jones.
That's going to be a timeout.
And so MSU is going to call a timeout with 4.2 seconds to go. Fungula, here as we take another look off the inbound. Stoddard, the baseball pass deep. Benny throwing it down.
Man, and everybody was up out of their seat, on their feet when he threw that one down. Loudest this building has been all night. And then what does MSU do but come right back down on the other end and make a huge 3? kind of a prayer, too. He just ran up and flung it and swished it. So, again, you never know what's going to come out of this game, but neither of these teams want to go away.
So UCCS will have to go the length of the court because MSU called the timeout, so they'll still have the ball underneath their own basket. It's Stoddard, Washington, McKenzie, Fungula, and Fugette for UCCS. Their top 5, arguably their top 5 free throw shooters out on the floor.
Have to imagine it's going to be the same kind of play here.
John Ailes just going to hold it, and he'll get a couple of free throws.
A little bit of John coming from the MSU bench, getting a little extra warning from the referees. I think just kind of a little frustration out of the end of this game from the Roadrunners, understandably so. I mean, they played a really good game, stayed with a good team here with UCCS, just couldn't get over the finish line in the end.
John Ailes knocks down the free throw. Fugette pushes it out to 7. 1.3 to go. The Roadrunners will try and put up a final desperation. Benny knocks it down out of bounds. And that's going to do it officially. The UCCS Mountain Lions pull off an 80-73 victory in Jake on a night when they did not have their leading scorer have his typical type of game. They were able to pull it out.
Yeah, I mean, Stoddard and Fugette both for UCCS, not their typical showing, just 5 points for John Eel, just 4 points for Mac, and that's typically where your offense comes from. Shout out to Jaden Washington, though, came completely alive, 12 points in the second half off threes, added the extra free throw as well to get to his 13-point total, but when the bell came and it was time to answer the call, the Mountain Lions were able to do it, and that's what defines good teams even here.
You're going to have to win some games like this throughout the course of the season. The Mountain Lions, the favorite, certainly coming in, and we're able to hold off a very pesky MSU Denver team, and now they have the matchup that they've really been looking forward to as they welcome in the number 6 ranked Colorado School of Mines tomorrow evening.
Well, yeah, and that's another big thing about this game, too. You have, obviously, for both of the Mountain Lion squads here, they were kind of, like you said, looking past MSU a little bit, and how can you not? I mean, with a matchup that large looming over you, especially the second day, you got to know it's coming. So MSU came in here, the women's team kind of to a fault there was looking past them. For the men, if you lost this game, it kind of then gives you that bad taste in your mouth going into the big matchup too, but they were able to take care of business on the men's side here, and now, like you said, strap in for tomorrow night.
So the women start things off at 5 o'clock. They will take on the number 9 ranked Colorado School of Mines, Lady Orediggers, while the men will tip off 20 minutes after taking on the number 6 Colorado School of Mines, Orediggers. So a couple of top 10 matchups tomorrow for UCCS. Well, that's going to do it for us here from the Gallogly Event Center. For my partner, Jake Ross, I'm Jason Carter. And for everyone here at UCCS, thank you so much for tuning in as the Mountain Lion men pull off the victory here this evening. We will see you tomorrow.